Is there a gender inequality you see in terms of numbers in the UAE right now?
Thanks, Shruti. And there's two points that I'd like to pick up on actually in relation to this question. One is what the UAE's position is in relation to gender disparity, and two is the broader issue that it's not just a UAE thing. It's a sort of worldwide issue that's being dealt with. So in relation to the UAE perspective, what's really interesting is this World Economic Forum report that came out a couple of years ago that had the UAE in 120th position out of 144 countries. So it looked quite negative.
That's not good,
in terms of gender disparity. But actually that number is based on a variety of different factors. And if you break it down and look at that, actually it's a reflection of the society that we have in the UAE rather than a criticism of employment practices. So I'll give you an example. So for example, in relation to gender disparity in terms of people within the workforce, you have 92% of adult males in the UAE working versus only 42% of adult female employees. And that has to be connected to the type of society that the UAE is. The fact that we have a lot of expat families that are living in the UAE that were led to the UAE connected to the husband's role, and the mother, you know, struggles to get part-time work, maybe has childcare commitments, so hasn't been able to get into the private sector workforce. So I don't think that statistic is reflective of the efforts that the employers go to try to attract equality into their workforce. I think it's just a reflection of society. Another example is what the average earning is for female versus male, and male is higher than female. But again, that's partly to do with the history of the economy of the UAE, that men have always worked here more so than women, which has led to men being in higher positions earning more.
Right, for different positions, not for the same position.
No, because a really fascinating statistic from that World Economic Forum report is that the UAE ranks second out of 144 countries for pay when you consider like-for-like roles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so actually, if a female and a male are in the same role, if they're two partners in a law firm or two workers in a shop, they will be earning the same salary. And the UAE is performing second out of 144 countries. So actually, if you talk about fairness and equality, the really key criteria has to be that one. And the UAE is outperforming 142 other countries.